Individual suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. Fucking interesting. At least 13. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I need to find a way to make this full screen. Oh, well, that is louder than I was expecting. Give me a sec. Okay. Hello, and, welcome to Doki-Doki Literature Club. So this was requested a long time ago. I'm well aware that I'm well behind the train on this one, and I really don't... I've tried to keep away from spoilers because it was requested, actually, a decent number of times. More than most things, really. And I know it's relatively short, so I might be even able to finish this before the first episode goes out, so hey, that would be pretty cool. I know it's only supposed to be like 5-7 hours, something in that range, according to how long to beat, and something along those lines. What I was told previously... So when I was suggested it, okay, so what I do know about this is that I recall it being told that it does some weird things with your computers, and also just existing on the internet, since this is released. I feel as though there might be something like yandere related in this. So if those are supposed to be big twists, I'm not really sure how they come about. I don't know if it's like one of them, all of them. Obviously, there's multiple girls here. And stuff like that. But I don't know if that's the major twist or anything like that. I don't know how they play out. I just have a basic understanding of some of the stuff because I was told some of it when it was recommended to me, and I don't really remember the details of what I was told. That's just the vague memory I have of it, because this was like months ago at this point. And I finally have finished one of the games I was playing, so this is going to be a little short one. So we go to the next one. I'm interested to see what the hype's all about, really. I sort of have this vague idea, but she should really put down her skirt. That's just asking to have your underwear seen. Why would you have your skirt like that? Well, enough avoiding the topic. New game. Please enter your name. Okay. So I can either go, because I did this in Persona where I actually figured out a Japanese way of doing Echo 6. Because Roku's 6 and Hibiki's Echo. So I could do either of those. And since this is probably... I bet they all have, like, Japanese names. I'll do Echo. Hibiki. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Nakara Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long, right? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Oh, okay, so this does not have voices. You never know. Definitely no voices. Yeah. I guess not. My girl voice. I get to do my girl voice. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Hibiki. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to have it in you to be mean, even if you want. Whatever you say, Sayuri. And we cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Hibiki, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. So we're gonna join the literature club, I presume. Okay. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. So I'm probably full aware that there's... This seems like something that's putting up front as like a typical, very cutesy visual novel, and then it becomes not that. How it goes about that, again, I've only mentioned the vague concepts I might have gleaned off very basics, like the yandere thing. I think that was, I only even thought that because I thought I saw images of this with just characters looking slightly deranged, and that's probably the extent I know about that. As for the computer stuff, acting weird with your computer, I don't really. I think I was told in more detail, but I don't remember. That's all I remember now. Did I? I don't say shit. Are you lying to me, Sayuri? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayuri likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Oh, okay. We're one of those people. Okay. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a need in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look into a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me that you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Oh boy. She's just a bundle of worry and energy. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry about me so much makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Oh boy. Sayuri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! I'm here again. Sayuri? Sayuri must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Is that supposed to be a blush? Okay. No what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayuri? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayuri is vice president of the literature club, okay. I think we might join her club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since he was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. So you really just wanted me to join a club, so I joined your club. This is basically cliche tropey at this point. Hey, childhood friend who really wants to get my D. Come on. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. Okay, it's not even just the D. It's not just the D, but it's definitely partially the D. And Natsuki, made cupcakes and everything.
Do not make promises you cannot keep.
I can't tell if Sayuri is really that much of an airhead or she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake. Okay. Yes, let's go. I don't even know if this has multiple endings. Probably does. It seems like the short thing that would probably have multiple endings. Unless today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. You know, the usual. I dejectedly follow Sayuri as she, across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayuri has always said nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? You can sort of tell their demeanor right off the bat. She's obviously going to be the more calm, collected sort of one. And that little one's going to be the spunky lily, right? Oh, way to kill the atmosphere. Aw, Hibiki, what a nice surprise. She also seems sort... This is just like... Hublub. They all have that like the animal ear style hair thing going on. Every one of them! Does Sayuri have that too and I just didn't notice it? Goodness, it's not as prominent, but... Yeah, Hibiki, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Oh, worst escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. You're the one that was making cupcakes? Okay, interesting. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayuri. You can just ignore her, but she does have it a little bit. Not as prominent as these ones, not as ear-like as these ones, but it's that like hair coming down on the side. It's like side bangs. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayuri says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, it's Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. Oh, her name is Yuri. That's promising. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Hibiki. Monika sweetly smiles. We do know each other. Well, we really talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. But we have a visual novel to make up for that, right? So, having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... you too, Monika. Sit down, Hibiki. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. What table? I just see desk. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about we make some tea as well? Oh boy. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. That makes sense. As Sayuri mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! What? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorating what look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs one first, then Monika, then I follow. It's delicious, yay! Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet, but staring at me. Do you like my cupcake? I can't help but notice her sneaky glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. What are you thinking? Me? It's not like I... Oh, haven't I heard this somewhere before? Yeah, it's like the words right the fuck out of my mouth. Made them for you or anything? Is it... Didn't you make cupcakes entirely for the point of a new member showing up? I thought we... Well, I discussed with Sayuri, but... I thought he technically did. Sayuri said, no, maybe. But not for you. You know you. Dummy. Baga. Alright. I can't help but wonder. Was this originally a Japanese one? A Japanese game? Or is this like a Western game that's emulating stuff? It is harder to tell. It sort of feels written with more Western anime visual novel fan sensibilities in mind than at least what I am aware of for Japanese sensibilities, because I'm not Japanese. I've never been part of that culture outside of the influences it might have on the more Western focused fandoms and whatnot. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Well, I neither enjoy tea or reading all that much, so this is gonna go well. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you, okay? We're good? Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I don't think I can be on the same wavelength with Ibiki anymore. Ibiki's just like, no, man, no. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Sayuri forced me into this. I'm gonna tell the truth whenever I can. I was afraid of this question. Something, if I get the choice at least, I will tell the truth whenever I goddamn can. That's the first wave. Well, okay, I don't look up guides or anything like that, especially not in the first playthrough of anything that has choices or multiple ends. I'll get whatever I choose based on choices that are entirely whatever I feel like at the time, based on what I would choose, what I think the character might choose, a combination of things, and I'll get whatever end I get, if there are multiple endings. This feels like one that's multiple endings. It's a visual novel, probably has multiple endings. It's relatively short, probably has multiple endings. It would be slightly weird if it didn't. I didn't want to talk about getting dragged by Sayuri. Oh, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so... Well, that's okay, don't be embarrassed. I'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Okay. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Okay. You gonna promise that? You wanna promise that? Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decide to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity of how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. She's so popular, I'm surprised more people didn't follow, especially guys. How come guys aren't joining this? Super popular, like, at least one of you is popular, right? I'd be shocked that there aren't any other guys. Story convenience, right? You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all-out effort into something, starting something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! I will say, horizontal growth might not be the best thing. Did it say what year I am? I know there's 3 years in Japanese high school. presumably, Natsuki being commented as a first year, I'd assume I'm a second year. As I also had a class that with Monica last year. I would presume I'm a second year. But still, horizontal, like, before we graduate, let's expand our base of people. So that, so that when we graduate, they're also graduating, right? That'll definitely grow it. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goddamn goal of fucking books. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Hibiki, what kind of things do you like to, read? Well, I read manga. In real life, I really do read manga. Quite a bit. It's the sort of thing, because I got, like, an app. I can, like, get, like, the latest chapters and whatnot. Like, straight to my phone, download them, and just read them, like, at work. Hey, I'm taking a bathroom break. Let's read a chapter while I'm doing this. Or, like, oh, I'm just off doing something. Let's just read a chapter on my phone. It's really convenient. And maybe you could do the same with books. It probably actually wouldn't be that bad of a thing, but it works so well that I found myself reading a lot more than I probably would have otherwise. So, but that's probably not what she's asking here. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Let's see. Yuri traces the rims of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Interesting. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Are you into isekai or something? Honestly, I just don't read much. That's it. I'm not gonna say reading's bad. I just find even the concept of visual novels or manga, adding in the visuals and visual novels, music, and games that have the interactivity, I just feel as though there's so much more engaging than books tend to be, and it's just more entertaining to actually interact with them, movies, TV shows, stuff like that, than books typically are. Books tend to find their way at the bottom of my list just because I feel like they're less engaging, at least to me, in how I like to enjoy my entertainment. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well... Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Okay, so my yandere suspicions are just ringing bells in the back of my head. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think and takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. I'm not really a big fan of horror myself. I can't really speak on novels, but typically I don't enjoy when they actually do scare me, and they're more boring when they don't scare me, I suppose. I'm not a big fan of pure horror. If it's psychological horror, is a bit different. But yeah, horror in general isn't something I typically grasp onto extensively. Depends how it's presented. Psychological definitely has a lot more value to it to me. Mainly because the interest of the characters and, you know, it always depends on how it's presented. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. Okay, you want to be more cliche today. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet, then, eh? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open yourself up to readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Yeah, I didn't think she'd be the role model on. Yeah, I didn't think she'd be the role model on that. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. So I'll go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Oh. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Ibiki? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There is still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Well, you look dejected, you look dejected, you look not dejected, but like, almost curious? She just looks mad. I think she probably always looks mad. But... oh, there's dejected. I'm sorry, I thought... Hey, Vicky. You... all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay. I guess I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yeah, I'm so happy. Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then it makes it that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thank you, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Vicky, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star, Monika, with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Ibiki, since we're already here, you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. That was another part of a master plan. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? I don't know. I'm guessing probably not. Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It is time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Sometimes something good will happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, that's how the decision stuff works in this? Okay, that's pretty neat. That is neat. That's a neat little mechanic. I'm going to take a quick break, though. So I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay. There's only 3 of them here. Doesn't matter. Huh. I almost want to pick the ones I think would have nothing to do with them. So horror probably relates to her. Probably doesn't relate to her. I don't know how headphones would relate to any of them, so let's pick that. Horror. Explode. Or no, it was headphones explode. Lust. Melancholy. Well, that might be her. I don't really care that much, but what would I actually pick, though? Melancholy, honestly. I get to pick 20 words, so who the goddamn knows what this will actually result in. Electricity. I almost want to pick the most goddamn random ones. See what happens. Suicide. Jumpy suicide. Jumpy suicide contamination kiss. Crimson. Crimson. Yeah, I like that. Gotta get some trails in here, right? For those of you that have watched that series from me. Those series, the Cold Steel ones. Starscape. I like the sound of Starscape. I'm just picking words I like at this point. Infernal, Ocean Fantasy, Variance, Question, Aura. Vertigo. Unending. Interesting. Massacre. God, I could go really fucking dark with this, couldn't I? I don't know. Fester, for some reason. Just feels right. Analysis. Analysis. Sure. No, hope. 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 I just finished Danganronpa. Let's go with hope. Spinning holiday excitement. Vanilla. Yeah. Shit. I have no idea how this is gonna get together. Fireflies. I didn't even read the other ones. I like fireflies. Fireflies are cool. Kawaii. Oh my. Whisper. Promise. After image. Dragon Ball here. Dragon Ball. Doki-Doki. Yeah, that's the, like, heartbeat, isn't it? That's the, I think they're called onomatopoeias. I might be remembering the word wrong. The words that are basically meant to just sound like the actual thing. Like, in Japanese, it's Doki-Doki for heartbeat, I think. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure that's right, though. Jump. Is this related to the suicide stuff? Shit. Is there one of the people in this group just really, really disturbed? They just don't let it out? Color, sure. Universe. Entropy. I like entropy. Entropy is a cool concept. Maybe just because I enjoyed physics in college and high school. I like me some physics. Tragedy and stable family graveyard. Infinite. I don't. Infinite. Wrath, determination. This is the last one. This one might even be important. Climax. What a perfect way to end the poem. Hi again, Hibiki. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry about that. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ibiki. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not even accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Haha, that's why she... Okay. High five, Natsuki. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying manga and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops herself back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Hibiki always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning in my room. How dependable. Like picking up my panties off the ground. He does that all the time. It's weird how he like throws it in his face and starts just taking a big whiff, but I figure that's just part of the fun, right? Sayuri, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Hibiki can be become good friends too. Sayuri? Huh? As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayuri. Huh? Me? Not really. Oh, don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What to do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking, like, what seems like the usual. She's like such a cliche klutz. Like, or ditz, I suppose. Because I gotta give her the ditz voice, because, you know, ditz always talk like this and stuff, you know. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what it is. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bags and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she'd think I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. It's really just like porno or something? I don't know. Oh, I think you'd like this porno literature book, right? Definitely. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is always buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. Okay, did I pick poem stuff that led me to an event with her, or... I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna pick things at random. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. My bad. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some part of it. not for any particular reason. Yeah, just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. Oh, yeah, okay, it's pretty obvious what you're doing here. Okay. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 with them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon then. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Will it be relatable to me? I'm just saying. What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. It sounds vaguely familiar. Don't really know what that is, but it sounds vaguely familiar. There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give away anything. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who wants to move in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. It feels like you're giving away stuff, but okay. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. If anyone's the yandere, you feel like you'd be the yandere. I don't know, you seem like you're really secretly, you're like very shy, very stuff. It feels like you're the sort of person who'd be really secretly into like sort of really like messed up stuff. Even if it, even because... Or just, I don't know how to best explain it. Not anything really negative as a concept. But, the closest sort of sensibilities that I can imagine developing into yandere. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark term came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Ibiki? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy this kind of story, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. And horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Yeah, there is no true villain. No one believes they are evil. That's very true. I mean, the very concept of evil is working against something. Ultimately, evil is a concept to basically everyone. Is you work against the good of people, the good of everyone, the good of yourself, all that sort of stuff. Well, maybe not the good of yourself, but no one except the most just detached from society. Everything thinks that they're really evil. No one thinks that they're unjustified in their actions, basically. You wouldn't do something if you didn't think you were justified. Then suddenly, when he thought you related to the protagonist, there made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plot. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in or anything like that. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should just let you know that I have this problem. Where I take a knife and start killing people. Yeah, part of the interesting part at the moment is just like, if that does become a thing, and I didn't like fucking read into it, just like the... I mean, I could be completely wrong about that. I could be. I'm sort of making an assumption there. It could be completely different. It's just who it is, and if it is true, if it does happen, who it is, if it's all of them, if it's one of them. It's interesting just in the back of the mind to think about that. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to the other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well just get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you're looking forward to it. Yep, you did say that. Don't deny it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just that's something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? What are you, Canadian? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, when you apologize about apologizing, yeah, that's a thing. Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after flips it to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I get a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep this up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the pages before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's a lot more blunt. She's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all the things she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Abiki, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Wasn't the best thing to point out, but okay. That's so embarrassing. Do you think that? Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you're that self-conscious about this, that sort of thing. I guess I meant it more in that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Chop chop, we can only progress the romance so far in one day. Come on. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Oh, okay. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. Sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Oh, you just upset that our nice little moment came to an end. Chop chop, yeah. Can only progress it so much, you know. She releases her hand from the book, casually causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri's is a bit wrinkled sheet of is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf paper from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can clearly see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, first. Okay, I guess that had nothing to do with the poem, maybe? The whole scene before that? I don't know. Well, I don't really have a preference as of now, so I guess childhood friend default option. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayuri first. She's my good friend after all. I'm surprised we're not doing like a stand-up in front of class like, here was my poem. Oh, that would just fuck with people even more. This is a good poem, Hibiki. Is it? Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time anyways? I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. To be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really just happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Yeah, that's so surreal, right? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Hibiki. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? When did this discussion about being selfish come up? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Oh, that's a fun thought. And then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Oh, we'll see about that. Okay. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. When I'm not mad, I want breakfast. It was beautiful. I also want breakfast. What time is it? Nearly 10. Did I already eat? No, I had some corn on the cob for breakfast. That's what I had. Yeah, I have a weird diet. Sayuri. It's just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. Just the last, like, half. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Aw, that's nice. I wish I liked eggs. I don't like eggs. But they're cheap, and they'd be a great thing to actually like. Because I can make them easily, but I can't because I don't like them. Every time I try them, I just feel like throwing up afterwards because it's just so bad. Maybe I'm just not good at making eggs. That's probably a big part of it. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. Oh, so breakfast over school. Cool. I get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Oh, now she could be the yandere. She misses breakfast and starts killing everyone because she's cranky. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica is the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Just get to show it to everyone then, okay? Let's go down the list of people that I'd be comfortable showing it to. Monica, because she's so confident she probably wouldn't care that much. The other two would probably be super self-conscious and make it super awkward. Hi, Beaky. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, we should try making a manga. No, we're a literature club. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Biggie. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Biggie. I was going, oh in my head while reading it. It's really, metaphorical. Is it? I just picked random words, man. I want to, like, read what my poem actually turned out to be. But I'm guessing they probably don't have something to put 20 words together and make an actual poem. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Did I? Okay. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know what, you know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Does she? Okay. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Did I use imagery and symbolism? Okay, that's nice. Unlike Sayuri, who likes, using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Oh, don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things, right? I'm sure I'll end up trying lots of I'm sure I'll end up trying lots of different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way that everyone else wants you to write. I like you, Monica. You're very, open-minded, and you're more about helping people than you are about, doing things one way, your way. Yeah, I like her. She's growing on me, definitely. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Haha. Awkward. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the directions. Spackle? What's a spackle? Is that a sparkle? Is that supposed to be sparkle? Protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blinds like a film left out of the sun, but it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of this meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side Just looking in. I like that one. I can sort of see the infinite. So Sayori likes sort of simple, very expressing emotions through the poems. Monica here seems to like stuff that involves very, very open-ended interpretations. At least that's what I'm getting from here. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. That was the inspiration behind this one, then. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is like this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Assuming that you're actually causing any force to lead the ink to come out and, you know, stuff. So just move your hand and go with the flow. I think that's probably a better advice for drawing than it is poems. These aren't words. This bunch of scribbles, it's all over the paper. You said just let my hand move. This is my poem now. Thanks for listening. Thank you too. I guess since Yuri said she said that Yuri would probably like it. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Woo! What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering, her whole face. He's going to hate me! You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience did you have? Oh, do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Apparently, I'm motherfucking amazing at goddamn poetry. Woo! I am the best. Woo! Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Huh. Well, I know that's definitely... I just meant, oh, I'm gonna be a prodigy, and she's gonna be like, I spent years trying to get to this level. No! Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and it sounds like she's an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Oh, you think? Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to me, or herself, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Oh, I thought you were so hesitant to do this previously. Oh my. which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh my, that handwriting. Ghosts under the lights. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm's breathing air's presence. Calm. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicking back. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. I didn't even say it was bad. It's not bad. It's just too cursive for... Shit, I remember like in 2nd grade when they were telling us like, you're gonna have to write cursive for the rest of your life. And I never wrote cursive outside of school for my entire life. I'm pretty sure cursive's main use is for note-taking. And honestly, I never took notes like that. I have bad handwriting in the first place. But I can read my notes. You know, assuming it's been within like a week and I don't have to remember what I was thinking. Or I don't have to like actively go back and try to remember what I was thinking. There's definitely times I went back to notes from like a year before and it's like, the fuck was I writing here? What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Oh, I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is very pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. So what's your normal stuff like, I wonder? Oh my. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Hibiki. Really? I must have totally missed the point then. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Did it actually? Yeah, I assume this was like... Okay, it doesn't actually show that in this. Whatever, man. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of it like that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Hibiki. Oh, for me? Oh, it feels so special. Me too. I'll do the best for me as well. Oh, and, time for, you know, most interesting character. You want to yell at me? Come on. Come on. I can take it. I can take it. Well, that's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little bit blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just, didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. I'll pass. I'd probably never write cutesy poems if I wrote poems. That's just not my, I'm not really into, like everything being cutesy and whatnot. Yeah, that's just not really how I see the world. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles... The music changing to something more cutesy, I suppose. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can sing. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. And I like it. It's okay. I mean... It's okay. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme for at the end, but then made it all fall flat on purpose. Oh, okay. That's why I didn't rhyme. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line, because it's supposed to be disappointing, because you're supposed to be invoking the feelings of disappointment. So you did. I guess more went into this than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect you that to come from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around at the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the moon, Sayuri and Monaga are happily chatting. My eyes lands on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyes furrow in frustration. Do you not know how to read very well? Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, no, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thank you. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Yeah? I mean, you have to try that hard to come with something nice. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Isn't that the people you don't want to ask for suggestions? I'm just saying. Which people did, by the way? Sayuri liked it, and Hibiki did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Hibiki liked my poem too, you know. He even told me that he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what I... Oh, you're just... Oh my, okay. You two should get along. No fighting. Stop fighting. Not helping. Maybe you're just jealous that Hibiki appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Ah, crap, I'm feeling this coming. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out and make my way, out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew to a size bigger as soon as Hibiki started showing up. Is she patting? Yuri, how dare you? Oh, how dare you? Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Hibiki? She just tried to make me look bad. Yeah, I noticed. That's not true. She started it, but you still try to make her look bad. Just because you think she started it doesn't mean you didn't do that. If she get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out of the reader, not force themselves to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Biggie. Why? There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Ibiki? Am I actually supposed to make a choice here? Because I agree with neither of you. I think you both have points and there's a compromise where you... basically what Monica said. I agree with Monica. Where the most effective writing is stuff that can get the feeling across right away and allow you the opportunity to give more meaning to it, to make it a more intimate part of your life. I hope I don't have to choose this. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. I don't want to agree with either of you. Help me, Sayuri. I don't want to agree with either of them. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayuri! Huh? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayuri uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Oh, how dare you all? Oh, my goodness. Hey, Vicky. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, so unless Sayuri wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Well, at least you're fighting about something else now. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody Stop! Oh my. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. Maybe, on a good day. And I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. What a discussion. Big and beautiful! Woo! Sayuri? Sayuri stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayuri is the vice president. I whisper to Monica. Oh, that was me. So this is why Sayuri is the vice president. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't need to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayuri is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to nod. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. You know, I like her just because she seems pretty honest. She's very upfront when she doesn't want to talk about stuff. I'm liking her the most at the moment. I am, honestly. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Hey, Vicky, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. Okay. I think to myself, did I learn a little bit more? I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poem everyone likes. And with any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself in newfound determination. Hey, Biggie, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. Truly, it's been a while since Sayuri and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri? About what happened earlier? What do you mean? Well, you know, you're Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that, because you're actually forcing them to put their styles one-on-one and actually compare them and give feedback, blah blah blah. I promise they're both wonderful people. I'm sure they're great on their good days. Yuri seems nice. It really depends how much you're they're wonderful people when you're not contradicting their worldview, especially on poems, I guess. You don't hate them, do you? Nah, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Yeah, you know, Hibiki, it's nice that I get spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? I'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her. It's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Yay! And that's probably a good place to end it. This is very interesting. Just because I know something's gonna go, it's gonna... I know something weird's gonna happen. I know there's something to this that's more than just, let's get along with everyone. I'm suspecting a yandere thing, and I've been told that it does some odd things. Was it with the computer, or... it might even just be like, sort of like how Undertale had some of this up with the meta stuff. It could be meta. It just... I'm trying to remember exactly what I was told, and I'm not... What I remember was that it does some weird things with the computer. In the two ways I can imagine that manifesting is something really meta about it, or something like literally with the computer, like the files. I'm gonna try to play all this before it comes out. I'd rather not get spoiled anything more than I have been, so I have no idea if as a Let's Play this becomes less interesting because I know what I do. I don't know if I know a lot. I don't know if I know a little. That's the thing I'm sort of concerned about in doing this as a Let's Play, because I do have some spoiled. I obviously have some stuff spoiled because I've seen some imagery that gives me ideas, and I have seen, and I've been told a little bit when this was suggested to me. But other than that, yeah, that's been Doki-Doki Literature Club. I'll see you next time, where we will make a new poem. See y'all next time. Drive safely, everyone.